Listen up, partners. This is Good, Bad, Ugly on World Improv Network.
Good evening, everyone. I am Alex.
I'm David.
And I'm Danny.
And we are your astute win counselors to get you through the week with any daily grind issues you may be experiencing or any problems that you want us to resolve for you whatsoever. Let's get to our first winner. Our first winner is named Bob, and he hails from Hartford, Connecticut. And he writes, Dear Win, do you guys have any great inspirational slogans to live by? Dave? Oh, God, it's across your forearm. That's right.
Yeah, I do. And good question, Bob. So I was going to get a tattoo when I was younger. I'm still young, but I'm older than when I was younger, thinking about getting a tattoo. So on my arm, my left forearm on the inside, says "Live your impossible," and
Okay.
I try to live by that. And I heard that at a retreat center in Hawaii.
I like that.
Yeah, and this guy leading the yoga class that I was taking said, "What are you doing to live your impossible?" And I'm like,
You're going to put it on your arm.
Exactly. I'm going to put that on my arm.
So what were you going to put on your arm otherwise? Like your standard, like barbed wire or some kind of...
I was going to get what's the thing around your bicep called?
Like when it looks like a barbed wire, like this.
Well, I wasn't going to get barbed wire, but like everyone started doing that.
Yeah.
So I wanted
Like
to get something that no one else was doing.
Yeah.
Like a
But then I was going to
Maori,
get like an animal or something, but then those look kind of dorky.
a ladybug.
Yeah, I was going to get a ladybug feeding a dolphin a tuna fish.
Right on that lower back.
I like that. Live your impossible. That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's very cool. I mean, I could see where that anytime you're questioning yourself, you just look at your arm.
Go, why did I get a tattoo?
Yeah.
My grandma rolled over in her grave.
what about you, Danny? What do you think's a good phrase or a good inspirational slogan to live by?
Yeah, I've been thinking a lot about life and, how much it kind of seems like it sucks right now. So I've just been reminding myself that every day I'm alive, I'm dying. Technically,
Well, we're all born with that terminal disease.
yeah,
Known as death.
we are all gonna die. And every day you're alive, that's something like the strands of DNA, the end of whatever, there's a science to it. I don't know. But it's true that, every moment you're alive, you're technically aging and thus dying.
Right.
So, enjoy the moments that you're not dead, because at the moment you're dying.
So at the moment you're dying, that's your inspirational for it.
Pretty
Just want to let you know that however you spend every minute, every second, every hour of every given day, you're dying.
So enjoy it. You know what I mean?
Motto to live by.
You're going to be a speck of dust.
Well, I tell you what, and I'm going to go something really serious and philosophical here. I mean, okay, Dave, that's amazing. I like that. It's so cool that you put, tattooed it to your forearm. And I like, the real logical approach you're talking about, Danny. But here's something that's Confucian almost. All right. There's fast times and there's slow times.
Yeah.
But there's never bad times when you've got a leader of early times. That's what you need to live by.
All right.
Very profound.
Kind of confusing.
Too smart for me.
Yeah. Obviously, you guys don't know what early times is. That's
No.
a cheap, like $5 bottle of whiskey you can get at any liquor store.
Okay. Yeah. I'm not of age. So.
Hey, you know what, though? You're dying.
Exactly. So I might as well just.
And I believe it was Kesha who said, gonna die young.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to Razi from Tehran, Iran. And she writes, Dear Win, since everyone gets drunk on Super Bowl Sunday, should tomorrow be a U.S. holiday? Well, that's a pretty good point, especially coming from her. I mean, given the fact that she doesn't seem to be from the United States, should it be a U.S. holiday? Especially after watching how this football game turned out here while we're doing our show, which is absolutely the most amazing comeback in Super Bowl history.
Definitely.
Now, how many people are going to go out and get drunk, or how many people were drunk prior to that? Because if you're a Patriots fan, up until the end of the third quarter, you're getting drunk out of depression.
Oh, yeah.
Where Atlanta was getting drunk out of celebration because they're going to win the game. And now it flipped 180. So does that mean more people are drunk or less people are drunk, or everyone should just get drunk in order to balance that out? What do you think?
I'd say they're all drunk now. So
Tomorrow has to be a mandatory holiday?
it would sound like that, yeah.
No?
Huh.
How would you go about it then? Would you say, like, we're going to just not show up to work, have a huge protest, and everyone does not show up to wherever their employment is, and then they write in an email or post on Facebook saying, I didn't come in today because this should be a national holiday?
I think that's the best way. A mass work ditch effort.
That's right. A mass
Work
work
ditch
effort.
effort.
Danny.
Personally, I think it's the American way to say suck it up, you know?
Good point. Bootstraps, tie them up, cowboy up, and go
we're
to work.
Americans. Like, this has been a thing for a long time.
Yep.
You know, if you think you deserve a day off because you're hungover, it's like, pfft, say that to every college student who has to go to class in the morning after a
Absolutely.
long night. You know, it's like, no, we all have to take yourself up by those straps and go to work.
That's
Have
a good point.
a GI cocktail or something.
That's what, yeah, you know, absolutely. My grandma used to say that too. She used to say the same thing. If you are, you know, can be responsible enough to get out and drink all night, you should be responsible enough to get up and work the next day. You know,
Very
Preach.
wise.
yeah, very
Preach it.
wise. But you know, she would kind of hit you with a frat paddle over the head with it. You know, if you didn't get up and go into the garden and start picking her strawberries at 5:30 in the morning. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if you had a few the night before.
Sounds like your grandma's a true American, you know?
Yeah, well, she's 100% German, but yeah. But anyway, Rozzy, I think tomorrow should not be a holiday either, only because then we're discriminating against the people that either are on antabuse and they can't drink because they've been given, you know, a penalty by the state. They're not allowed to drink because they have to do UAs all the time, and therefore they can't physiologically drink alcohol. Not fair. Or the people that aren't old enough to know what drinking is, like a 6-year-old, right?
Yeah.
So that's not fair to them because maybe they have to work the next day. A 6-year-old might have to work the next day.
Yeah, those factory mills.
Right.
And
Factory
Wet
mills,
shops.
carrying golf clubs for somebody
Yeah.
on a nice summer day.
There's
you know?
iPhones to be made. you know?
iPhones are very important for our economy, you know? Absolutely. All right, well, so I think we're against it too. Sorry, no holiday. We'll wait till next year's Super Bowl. Maybe we'll change our mind. Sterling from Denver, Colorado writes, Dear Win, do you ever feel like you're trapped in a cheesy kung fu movie? If so, why? That's a great question. What do you think, Dave? Trapped in a cheesy kung fu movie? And why, if you do feel that way?
Actually, every morning I get up, I feel like I'm trapped in a cheesy kung fu movie.
Oh, why is that, man?
Well, I've been working on some new yoga moves, and actually, when kung fu used to be on TV,
and
so the first exercise I do every morning is try to walk the rice paper without tearing it. Kung fu fighting. So I do a little kung fu match, like a
Right.
shadow boxing kung fu thing every morning. It's my modified yoga move.
Okay.
It's actually really good for your circulation.
And then do you believe it?
Well, I do it on rice paper.
Okay.
And if I tear the rice paper, I have to stop. So my objective by the end of 2017 is to do kung fu fighting on the rice paper without tearing it.
Now, what kind of
And then I'll
kung
be
fu
ready.
fighter are you? Like the Kung Fu Panda? I mean, do you think you're like one of the characters from Kung Fu Panda, like the panda himself, or maybe the praying mantis or something?
I'm the praying mantis panda,
Oh, man.
which is coming out this year.
I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah. Obviously, we're all in a kung fu movie.
Fighting.
And I will rip your eyes right out. Turner, what do you think?
Well, kung fu movie, it makes sense. A lot of people, I'm sure, feel that day after day. But a very specific movie that I feel like my life is much like Mad Max.
Mad Max.
I constantly feel in a state of chaos and disarray, running in a vast desert, don't know where I'm going, probably going to be stabbed by some balding guy in leather BDSM gear.
Right.
Feel like my life is just a chaotic disaster.
God, I totally forgot that Mad Max is a kung fu
A
movie.
wasteland, yeah. It's very fitting, but more specific.
Okay. I mean, I hope that doesn't happen to you, though, Trev.
But we shall see.
I mean, even if you feel that way, there's a ways to break your emotional bond.
I have a lot of enemies.
Have a lot of enemies?
Yeah.
That will keep you from getting stabbed by a bald guy in BDSM gear.
We'll see. They might be on that list.
Well, you know, I think that I do, yes. Every day I do feel like I'm trapped in a cheesy kung fu movie, but not any old kung fu movie.
A Velveeta.
A Velveeta, cheese-laden, Chuck E. Cheese kung fu movie where I wake up and I look at my hands because I think I am the mascot for Chuck E. Cheese every time I wake up, and it's not there.
So yeah, you wake up with Swiss cheese hands?
I do, because I think they should be paws of the mascot of Chuck E. Cheese, and I'm not him. And it's like Groundhog's Day every single day. And so I get up and I smash my fists into the wall like I'm kung fu fighting to see if I can make him turn that color and swell up like the Chuck E. Cheese mascot. and the next day I wake up the same way, just bloodier and more purple.
Cheesier.
And cheesier. Doesn't matter how much cheese I get. Doesn't matter how much Swiss cheese come out of my hands. Doesn't matter how many times I punch the wall. I will never break this cycle of this Kung Fu movie that hasn't brought me to my ultimate goal in life, and that is to be the Chuck E. Cheese mascot.
Put your hands in the microwave for 30 seconds.
How do I close the door then?
Well, don't.
I don't?
Just hotwire your
microwave to work while the door's open?
Yeah.
Hotwire your microwave 30 seconds, and you will break that cycle.
Okay. Well, thank you. You just saved me. Just like your tattoo saved you, you just saved me from this ridiculously horrible nightmare that I experience every single day.
And then you have to make a little kung fu sound.
That's it. Okay. That's just like that. Oh. You take little dragon from big Medusa eagle pearls. One more little piece
Thank
of
you so
inspiration.
much. Have another.
Yes, you can have a mata. Oh, you take that. You bite now. I punch you face.
my mother!
You take mother smack it. Bow. And one more little piece of inspiration to get you through the rest of the week, known as Horoscope Corner.
Love, fortune, status. Let us do your astrological chart. Horoscope Corner on World Improv Network.
Hey, Cancer, it's your week. And guess what? This is Food Week for Cancer. There's 2 foods you need to consume this week, Cancer. You need to eat grapes and wheat toast. Yeah, a lot of grapes and a lot of wheat toast. That's going to make your week turn out really cool. Hey, another thing, Cancer, coming up, this is National Musical Instrument Month. And the Cancer music that you're going to be using, your new instrument, the kazoo. Go out and buy yourself a kazoo. You will have good luck this week and throughout the entire month. And that's Horoscope Corner. Hey, join us for the World Improv Network on AM 1340, FM 104.7, on Facebook at World Improv Network, Twitter at World Improv Net, YouTube at World Improv Network, iTunes and Google Play Podcast at World Improv Network. And we will see you next week.
Thanks for listening to Win on Mile High Sports Radio. Don't forget to be a winner and interact with the cast by sending your suggestions or questions for each show segment throughout the week by hitting them up on Facebook at World Improv Network, on Twitter at World Improv Net, or by calling into the Mile High Sports Radio studio line on Sundays before or during the show. See you next week.